With the small explosion of new players coming into Doom Eternal, from whether that be Xbox, Game Pass, or PC, or the recent Steam sales or wherever else, or maybe even Doom Eternal entirely, I thought it would be a good idea to put out a guide for those who thought, hey, the campaign is sick, but what's the multiplayer like? Battlemode has the same aspects and combat loop of the campaign, but 7 different layers of depth has been ironed on top of that. There are so many things going on through the Slayer's head that it can get overwhelming fighting very good demons. It's one Slayer versus the 2 demons. The whole concept is skill versus strategy. Skill representing the Slayer side, and strategy for the demons. And for the most part, that's true, except it's more along the lines of skill and strategy versus strategy with a pinch of skill. While the demons do have to work together to beat a good Slayer, it's not common that 2 demons that aren't communicating will completely dominate the Slayer, and that's why this guide is here. It's for the new players coming into battle mode that want to learn the combat loop and master the art of Doom Eternal's multiplayer. And I figured, why not start with the Slayer? I mean, it is its own category, and that's what most people want to play starting out. Keep in mind that even if you sit through this whole guide, study it better than your finals, there is still a lot for you to learn about the demon side of things. And that's why to beat your enemy, you have to know your enemy. As in, watch my guides on each individual demon when they come out. If you thought I left out something important in my guide, let me know in the comments because I'm bound to miss something. For starters, finish the campaign first. I'm pretty tired of seeing level 1s without a pip of XP go into the multiplayer first, having no clue what the hell the game is about. I played my first campaign on Ultra Violence, but if you're new to Doom and don't understand the core mechanics of it, then you should play on Hurt Me Plenty, the normal difficulty. Because this isn't Call of Duty where you run around shooting people with one gun. No. You gotta use your arsenal to full effect. I'll link a guide to Under the Mayo's Doom Eternal campaign guide, just because I think it's awesome and I don't think that I could do a better job of explaining it than him. Seriously, it can make the campaign that more fun by watching it. It doesn't spoil anything and it's really helpful. Okay, now that you've finished the campaign at least once, it's time to play battle mode. The Slayer is equipped with all of his arsenal beside the microwave beam, rest in peace meme beam, the Destroyer Blade mods, and the Ice Bomb isn't there either. Slayer needs to kill the 2 player demons at the same time, meaning if you kill one demon, it has 20 seconds to respawn, which seems like a lot, but it goes down fast. If the demon you kept alive is a fast one, like the Revenant, or even the Marauder can run well if he knows what he's doing. By default, the Slayer has a total of 300 health. And it varies from demon to demon, but for reference, the Marauder has 2,000 default health points. And if you think, wow, demons are really OP if they have more than 5 times the health of the Slayer, and that is where you're wrong. While you deal 500 damage with a ballista and 350 with the precision bolt, and deal anywhere from 800 to 900 at point blank range with the super shotgun, the Marauder does about 16 to 50 damage at point blank range. 50 being max, like, you have to be touching his ball sack to get 50 damage. Let's talk about Slayer abilities. The Slayer has the dash, blood punch, flame belch, grenade, the chainsaw, and his weapons to use against the demon. The weapons the Slayer has are the heavy cannon, chain gun, combat shotgun, super shotgun, rocket launcher, ballista, and plasma rifle. The main 3 are the heavy cannon or precision bolt, super shotgun, and ballista. The rocket launcher is also commonly used, but it's situational unlike the main 3. You're going to be swapping back and forth between the precision bolt, super shotgun, and ballista for your main source of damage. I'll get to quick switching in a bit, but the rocket launcher can be used against the Pain Elemental shield and use it to whittle down a demon's health bar. It's also great for when an enemy is in the air and you can't really get a good angle for a ballista or a PB shot. You have to do this fast though, or else you could just be hurting yourself and your damage per second when doing this. The combat shotgun and plasma rifle suck. They just suck. You may think if the shotgun and plasma rifle sucks, then the chain gun sucks too, right? To a certain degree, you're correct. On its own, it doesn't do very much damage and it's hard to use against small enemies. Instead, use a chain gun not for offense, but for defense. The chain gun shield mod blocks all attacks that you can see at a 90-degree angle. It won't protect damage above you, below you, or behind you, just the front. You can pop this out during moments of pressure on you. I would suggest using it when you see the Revenant use a barrage, then look at him, or when you have little ammo so you can use that to neglect damage and then get a chainsaw in for more invincibility frames. Whether you win or lose the first round, you were given an upgrade. The upgrades are Resource Drain, Burning Hate, Master Carve, Double Down, Dashing, and Speed Demon. Resource Drain means all demons you kill drop more health. Burning Hate cuts your Flame Belch recharge time in half, and enemies drop more armor from the Flame Belch, not the Flame Hook. Master Carve makes your chainsaw animation quicker, enemies killed with the chainsaw drop more ammo, and field regeneration time is reduced by 10 seconds per pip. Double Down gives you a second frag grenade and the explosion is longer. Dashing makes your dashes regenerate much quicker, and when you glory kill or chainsaw a demon, dash comes back immediately. Speed Demon gives you the power to glory kill from further away and execute these kills more quickly. Pick the upgrade depending on what demons the other players are using and what loadouts they're using. For example, if it's a pushy comp means demon team loadout / the demons they choose, like the Pan Elemental and Marauder, or Marauder and the Revenant, with double hazards. You'll want dashing so you can get away from their hazards, and hazards hurt a lot. But if the demons have one heal box or two, you might want to consider taking Master Carve and Burning Hate, so you can get more health and ammo from your stack and do it quicker. That way the demons don't have a ton of health when you're living up stacks. The other upgrades shouldn't really be used, it's just the three. Master Carve, Dashing, and Burning Hate. The only other upgrade I would consider is Resource Drain, but even then, just killing a demon gives you enough health anyway, and armor is the hardest thing to get back. Then there are the power upgrades, and the only two you should pick is Endless Rage, which makes you deal 50% more damage after chainsawing, or Sentinel Infuse, which gives you more health and armor. So don't use the BFG. It can crash the game entirely. There are 5 playable demons in battle mode. The demons are the Archvile that can place a wall anywhere they want, and for some reason that also means the fucking sky. You can place a lake of fire that continuously damages the Slayer the longer they stand in it. The Archvile is very slow unless it has the haste ability active, so rather than just moving around, which it can do, it moves around using a teleport that is bugged to hell and doesn't work half the time. The Mancubus is a fusion of a Redditor and a Discord mod that has its double jump, cannon, and flamethrower. Its smoke bomb is used to break line of sight with the Slayer and confuse / flurry the Slayer, but if both of these abilities are combined, the Manc can go super fast. The Marauder has a shotgun, used only when close to the Slayer, and has a sticky bomb like axe when it is used when backing up or throwing around a corner. Or maybe if the time is just right. A good Marauder knows just when to use the axe and the shotgun to the point where it's almost annoying seeing your health bar go down constantly, and only really pushes you when it has its armor up. The Pain Elemental is basically the Archvile, but better. It has arguably better movement options and spawns a shield similar to the Archvile, but this time it sticks to the Pain Elemental. You can shoot a remote debt around him or dash past him for a sneaky SSG shot if you're quick enough. This demon has the haste ability just like the Arch and Mancubus. If you want to pull off the ultimate cheese against this guy, you could pull out the chain gun shield for just a moment, like 2 seconds, and then chainsaw something, and then and then just start going to town on him, because by that time his shield is down and he's fucked. This demon has the haste ability just like the Arch and Mancubus. And finally, the Revenant. Yeah, this guy's health is practically non-existent. It can only push you when its armor is up. Otherwise, if you're good at quick switching, you can delete this kid off the planet in seconds. It's best used in tandem with the Arch file, so that way it can hide behind the wall and heal while its barrage and other cooldowns are waiting to be restored. The Revenant utilizes the dance of pushing and falling back more than the other demons do. The Toxbox class is the most common one, and for good reason. Pure damage. If the Toxbox lands just right, it can determine the entire game. It does 15 damage a tick and goes really fast. You have to get out of there ASAP. The heal box is used only for specific combos, or a double heal with almost any two demons is viable. The heal box gives the demon 100 HP at a rate of it's like woo. All demons have a loot block, which, as the name suggests, blocks loot from the Slayer. These last 4 seconds and come back in 40 seconds. Both demons have this and need to communicate together who blocks first and when to block, that way they don't double block and waste the block. All demons also have a special attack followed by F by default, whether that be a missile barrage, smoke bomb, pool of fire, a shield, or even a doggo. Whether the demons lose a round or win a round, they get access to an upgrade as well as a Slayer. The 4 constants are Thieving Hand, which takes half of the damage dealt by summons and is given to the demon as health. Bigger Bar, which increases your health pool by 500 hit points. Buffed minions make your normal upgrades to 50% more damage. Then there's Tactician, the best perk for the demons. It makes your tactical actions last longer and may be used more frequently. This affects your box of choice, haste or armor, and loot block. The other 2 upgrades are tailored to a specific demon you play as. In Doom Eternal, there is this thing called quick switching that allows you to swap between different weapons quickly. You will want to bind different weapons to specific keys on your keyboard, so you can switch between 3 or more different weapons instead of tapping the weapon wheel key, or even worse, using the weapon wheel. You want to generally switch between the Ballista, SSG, and Precision Bolt, so put those as the most comfortable and easy to reach keys / mouse buttons. The rocket launcher is also important too. You can find my keybind setup in my upcoming keybinds video if you want to do that. The easiest and most basic swap is SSG Ballista or Ballista SSG. You will put out massive damage with this swap. Simply shoot the SSG, switch to the Ballista, shoot, and then back to the SSG, eliminating the cooldown time of the Ballista and reload of the SSG. Is Precision Bolt SSG, not SSG Precision Bolt, which I will refer to as PB from now on. The Precision Bolt does less damage. The PB does less damage than the Ballista, but increases the swap speed after firing it. So in some situations, let's say you're in pissing distance of the demon, the PB SSG swap will work best since you're firing your shotgun faster. PB Rocket is excellent for raining fire on top of slow demons like the Mank or Arch from the air. You can literally turn into an AC-130 when doing this. This is also the fastest swap in the game. Don't do it up close because you'll hurt yourself with self-damage from the rocket launcher. No matter how good your aim or quick swapping is, it doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to properly move. In battle mode, don't double dash. At all. If you double dash into a room, you get stuck with an arch file with no dashes, and you can't get away from a pushy comp. If you double dash, you could get stuck in a hazard at any moment. Good demons will look out for when you double dash and place a hazard then and only then. Instead, single dash around the... Even if you do have dashing, it's always a good idea to single dash. The meat hook or flame hook will get you across the map in seconds if mastered, and there are videos on how to meat hook properly. Arrhythmia FPS did a video, and I think the Matrix did too. But now just attached to a demon, hold, for example, the left strafe key, and move your mouse to the right, then let go. You should be flung left. Breaking the chain is a bit of a guessing game. There is a small delay between you letting go of the meat hook and actually letting go. To combat this, switching weapons while meat hooking will instantly break the chain. And cacos are perfect for meat hooking on because they're just floating there like idiots. So that's the basic of meat hooking, but there's more to movement than that. You can perform a B-hop to maintain that moment. Simply jump at the same time you hit the ground and you will do a B-hop. If that is too hard, try binding your jump to scroll wheel down or up. That way you'll hit it more consistently. The next movement strategy is ballista boosting. Trying the ballista boost with the rune air control completely fucks it. Without air control, which there is none in battle mode, flick your mouse back and shoot the ballista. It will send you flying in the opposite direction. It's great for cutting demons off and running away. Combine this with B-hops to maintain your momentum. You can also do this vertically. Ballista boosting with air control and campaign is different. So the game is started. It's the first round and you take the jump pad towards the demons. What do you do next? Do you just start trying to shoot them until they die? No. Unless you are confident in your abilities fighting in the demon spawn, it's generally a bad idea. If a revenant and a marauder is playing passively at the start, it can mean they are trying to trap you in tox boxes and set up a barrage. If you want to push at the start, think about it. Watch where the demons are going. They could be leading you into a trap. Instead of following them both, try falling back and getting health and armor. How do you do this? Simply meat hook onto a fodder enemy and switch to the PB and kill it. The meat hook has a flame effect that sets enemies on fire when touched for a short amount of time after letting go, so no need for flame belch. Although, I will get to that in a minute. This will give you both health and 20 armor. You can also use the flame belch in the middle of the meat hook to get 40 plus armor after killing it. This is called double stacking. Though you have to be careful of this because the demons could loot block that and you're stuck without armor and you just use your flame belch and now it's on cooldown. You don't want that. So you have to make sure you're using it at a discreet time. Glory kills are often not used unless you're low on ammo and you're doing it on a Hell Knight or an Iraq truck. If you see a group of enemies, you can flame belch for a ton of armor unless the demons see it first and they loot block it. Now, when it comes to getting your ammo back, the chainsaw is your only option. Your chainsaw field regenerates constantly up to 3 pips. It takes 1 pip to use it on a fodder, and 3 pips to use it on a heavy demon. Don't use it on heavy demons though, because it's just not worth it. And if they loot block it, you'll be stuck with no ammo and no chainsaw fuel. If you manage to not have chainsawed yet, and have 3 full pips of chainsaw, there is something called baiting out the demon's blocks or other cooldowns. If you have 3 full pips of chainsaw, you can get both of their loot blocks out by chainsawing once. Once they block that, chainsaw another demon, not instantly, but 3 to 4 seconds after the initial chainsaw, and they will be forced to use their second block. You now have 1 pip of chainsaw fuel left, and they don't have any loot blocks. On top of that, if they don't have any tox boxes or heals, you have them right where you want them. You can use that last chainsaw pip after getting both loot blocks out, or you could save it if you have enough ammo. Trying to get them to use both of their hazards without getting hurt too much is tricky, but if you can do that, make sure to get the loot blocks out first, that way they haven't done a ton of damage to you and they still have their loot blocks. The whole round should be played like a dance. Pepper them with your hit scan weapons like the ballista and PB, and fall back for armor. Chainsaw for ammo only when you need it, or are trying to bait out their block, and then come back, and if they're low enough, finish the job. Also, don't chainsaw early. You don't want to get caught without ammo or chainsaw when they have both loot blocks. As a slayer, you have to be thinking constantly about what your next move is and how you should execute it. Not everything goes to plan sometimes. If the demons just make a really good, unexpected play, and you have to pick up your feet and reassess, or maybe you could have just died there. You can't win every round every time, and that's a fact. Also, as much as I hate it, the game itself could just screw you over at any time, like getting stuck on geometry or summons, or the game will just randomly not give you armor. All of this comes with time, and you will have to learn the maps to play efficiently, so it will take a while. Thank you for watching my video. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to Slayer someday, but after this I'm going to focus on my other demon guides, Mythbusters Part 2 and live streams. Follow me on Twitch, by the way. I stream inconsistently, and I'm not that good at it, but you might have fun there. Also, shout out to the Spicy Demons Discord if you're not already from there. There are a ton of great people in there that will help you with Battlemode. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, drop a like, and if you didn't enjoy it, leave a dislike. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. See ya.